No, not you. Not you. Your organization's terrible. Your organization's terrible. Let's go. Go ahead. Quiet. Quiet. Go ahead. She's asking a question. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
Are you going to include the Congressional Black Caucus and the Congressional
Well, I
Hispanic
would. I
Caucus?
tell you what. Do you want to set up the meeting? Do you want to set up the meeting?
No.
Are they friends of yours?
No,
Set up the meeting.
I know some of them, but I'm sure
Let's
they're
go. Set up a
watching
meeting. I would love to meet with the Black Caucus. I think it's great.
And we had the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake that you've ever seen. And President Xi was enjoying it. And I was given the message from the generals that the ships are locked and loaded. Look, he's a showboat. He's a grandstander. The FBI has been in turmoil. You know that. I know that.
And I love all people, rich or poor. But in those particular positions, I just don't want a poor person. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is a long time ago. Sold his company for a tremendous amount of money. And he went out and bought a big yacht. And interesting life. I won't go any more than that because you're Boy Scouts, so I'm not going to tell you what. Should I tell you? Should I tell you? Oh, you're Boy Scouts, but you know life. You know life. North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Oh, cool. The little thing says that it actually shows who's watching on X. I forgot the artist formerly known as Twitter now has like video streaming officially, not just the way it was before. I wonder if Twitter comments show up on the comments. That would be cool. Anyway.
Now they just need to upgrade their video player.
Somebody's watching on Twitter. Throw us a test message. Throw us your favorite slur. Let's go ahead and just get kicked off immediately.
I don't think they get you kicked off Twitter anymore.
Okay, good. We got Elon at the helm.
Yeah, Elon is all about free speech, even if it's racist or misogynistic or homophobic or whatever.
So you guys see is go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. That's my answer.
That was pretty amazing to come out and say that, like, because a lot of people think it, but for the owner of a platform that kind of relies on advertising to some extent to just straight up say, if you don't want to advertise with us for whatever reason, then go fuck yourself.
Did Justin, have you seen some of the stuff the European Union's doing now to go after social media and stuff like that, like, and speech stuff? I think it's like directly linked to like the investigations that the federal government in the U.S. is actually opening up on Twitter now. Like I think they're really going after him. From what I was like, the rumor. That's what the rumor on the streets is.
Lord. Well, I know some countries, Ireland and some others have like basically hate speech laws that if you say something on social media, then they'll put you in jail for it. Like
Scotland has their speech laws now that recently passed. If you have like an offensive meme on your phone, they can arrest you.
God, I'm like,
where was the Hitler pug? Wasn't that like Scotland or?
Yeah, Count Dankula. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
I'm going away on 674 counts.
Count Dankula. What a good name.
Did you count how many photos you have on your phone? Is that what that was?
I have it all in I keep all the memes in a folder for memes. That way, if I need one, I can just quickly pull it up and slap it in there. What's Morty killing today?
Oh, it's sorry, it's coming through. Some chew toy. It kind of looks like the Grimace.
Ooh.
Do your dogs just like destroy every toy you give them like within like 2 hours? Like mine does.
Yeah, we've definitely learned over the years, like the plush toys that are just basically cheap stuffed animals are like retarded. Like, why is that even a thing? I hate that dog toys are made out of stuff that dogs can't eat or aren't supposed to eat, or that sends them to the fucking vet with impacted intestines, like polyfill. You know, that shouldn't be in dog toys, but that's just what we sell
Yeah.
as dog toys. We got them. We got them something. Morgan, stop, dude. Jesus Christ. Come here.
Like a dog
We
with a bone.
got him something last year. It looked like a beaver, but it was made out of like pressed sawdust, and that's actually held up pretty good. He's down to a nub of that, but that's lasted a while.
Yeah,
I
my
like the
dog's
pressed sawdust idea.
it seems like her teeth are like chainsaws. So like I was thinking about maybe upgrading like a lead pipe or something so it'll last.
Blade makes it his personal vendetta to get the squeaker out of whatever it is. And then once he gets the squeaker out, he bites through it so it won't squeak anymore. Discards that, and then somehow just pulls all of the stuffing out of the animal. Like everything else is fully intact. He'll like rip a hole in it, get the squeaker out, and then just somehow digs all the stuffing out and spreads it all over the house. So it looks like somebody threw a shotgun up or threw a pillow up in the air and hit it with a shotgun.
It's like,
Yeah,
all
it's
right,
like
I'm done. What's next?
It's like the Muppet version of a homicide scene.
Yeah.
Awful.
It's like that, Wizard of Oz. There's some of me over there, and some of me over there.
And Stephanie keeps getting them for him. I'm like, why do you keep buying him these toys? She says he loves them. Oh, I know he loves them, but gosh, he just destroys the house with them.
It's a mess and a waste of money, dude. Like, it bothers me. Yeah,
But he doesn't want any of the other toys, like anything else that's he had some sort of like a bear thing that had the thick ropes for like arms and legs. But again, once he got the stuffing out of it, he didn't play with the arms and legs of it. He just wanted to get all the stuffing out of it.
See, Dennis only plays with toys if he's trying to be a pain in the ass and fuck with the other dogs, you know, when they want the toy. Otherwise, you throw a ball, he just looks at you like, yeah, you know, like he doesn't. Morty, for the love of Christ, dude, stop. There's an IKEA bag in the corner. You know, it's like that bag looks like a tarp. It's made out of tarp material. It's blue. And you just keep run over and touch it.
Ginger's the same way with toys. Until we got Blade, she would never touch toys, never play with them, anything. And then after we got him, he loves toys. So she'll like gather all the toys up and put them in her bed so that he can't have them. She doesn't want to play with them. She just wants to gather them all up so he can't play.
Yeah.
That sounds like the same as having like two sons.
Yeah. So I was like, it's kind of like having kids. So the wife, I'm like, you know, we don't really have kids, but some days I feel like we fucking have kids. You know, these damn dogs. And then we got old Wayne's dog she's got to be like 12. And she's sweet, but she has been getting progressively deafer and deafer over the last like 6 months. And she's pretty well deaf. So like I want to say she listens. She obviously doesn't listen, but you have to make big exaggerated arm motions and she'll do what you want her to do. Poor thing. She is just like deaf as fuck. Or go to let her out during the day and I'll go over to Wayne's and open the door and she sleeps on the couch. You can yell at her and she doesn't hear you, you know. So I'm always afraid she's dead, you know. And I'm like, oh God, I don't have to make this phone call. But so I just like beat on the wall of the house and that seems to wake her up, like she feels it.
Yeah, my buddy used to house it from one of our old bosses, and they had this blind Australian Shepherd, and you know how much energy those things have, and you like take into account now I can't see where it's running.
Yeah, dear God.
Comedy ensues.
Had you guys have any I don't say funny, maybe sad stories, but hopefully some humor in there about do you ever have to like deliver news to somebody? Like you ever like find somebody's pet dead and have to like tell them, or do you just like pretend like you didn't find it dead so you can just avoid that whole conversation and let them find it? I haven't been sure how to handle this when it happens. I'm trying to prepare. Do I let old Wayne discover his dog, or do I tell him? God, you better not die today after making this joke. I'm gonna feel like a real piece of shit.
Not that I can think of. The boys were pretty sad and pissed off when I told them I had to kill that rooster that flew at my face.
Oh, you guys have kids. Oh man,
Yeah.
so you really have to like deliver the bad news, huh?
Yeah,
We've had a few dogs that ran away.
Yeah, gotcha.
we had two lambs that died, and that was tough dealing with the kids. I'm like, look, we can't bury everyone after this, just the first one.
What do you do with the rest of them? If they just died, you don't eat them, do you?
Not when they're like stillborn. One of them was stillborn, and the other one just straight up died because the mother had what's that thing where your breast glands like swell up? Starts with an M.
Metastasized?
No, where the mama's she's
Oh,
not
that's
giving
cancer.
the milk thing. Mastitis.
That was close. There's a masta in there somewhere. Oh,
Yeah.
it has to do with boobs. Yeah.
It has to do with
Yeah.
boobs. Throw a Masta in there. It's bound to be
Yeah,
close.
it's close enough. Nobody can tell you're wrong. Except some ladies had like 5 kids. They know all that shit.
That's not really our target demographic, though.
It's not. I mean, you're welcome, aboard if you're into this. Don't get me wrong. Probably wouldn't listen with the kids in the car. That'd be weird. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. Justin's kids are a different story.
Yeah.
They're
They're
already going to be monsters.
I should have made the name of today's show a very Paula Deen Christmas, and that would have gotten all of the mothers of 5 children to watch the show.
Ooh.
See,
And especially the ones who would fit into our demographic. The Paula Deen ones, because of the racism. You get it? Did I throw it out enough for spell it out for everyone? We like butter and racist jokes. What can I say?
Oh god, what was that? There was this funny Paula Deen meme where it's like, "Oh, y'all N-words want some pie or something."
She's just being hospitable. I don't get what the big deal is.
Dude, there's this black stand-up comedian. I can't his name it escapes me, but he had a whole bit about Paula Deen, and he's like, yeah, all that stuff. He's like, but you'd eat her cooking, and it'd be fucking delicious.
Yeah, I hope. Just gotta have good cornbread, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Probably the best cornbread.
When I was in 5th grade, I don't remember what there was I don't remember. We all did some project. Maybe it was you had to read a book and do. They had a choice of books to read and then some project you had to do that went along with the book. And I read this book about hoe cakes. It was some story about. I guess looking back, they were probably black, but some family in the 1800s and their hoe cake recipe. And basically, what it was because you're too poor to have a skillet, so you cook your pancakes or corn cakes on a hoe, a cooking you cook on, or gardening hoe that you garden with, but you apparently cook on it too. I guess that was a thing, but I just thought it was hilarious. They had something called hoe cakes. And I didn't really know what a hoe was back then. I just knew it was funny, and I had to make hoe cakes and bring them in for the class to eat.
And that's the origin of ho-hos.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my God! Did they used to have to bake them on a hoe?
Probably.
Well, they pressed between 2 hoes technically. That's why it's ho ho.
Little Debbie was before her time.
Yeah.
Or maybe little Debbie was racist. That's
Just be little
Paula Deen's aunt or
Buttersworth. They used to be little Buttersworths before it got appropriated. They had to clean up the image. Oh shit.
Speaking of, what's your favorite holiday dessert?
Well, speaking of Little Debbie's, are we going Christmas tree cakes here? Is that where this conversation is heading? 'Cause I was considering getting a box. There is something about them.
There really is. We had some.
Dig 'em.
Yeah, we had some of the kids just mowed through them. They're the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes with a little glass of boiled custard. Oh,
Boiled custard.
yeah. I'll take that diabetes all day, every day.
That's a thing?
Yeah, you've never. What? Hang on.
Hold on, let me get the wife on the horn. She's the one who's from Milwaukee. She's the custard queen. Let me ask her. She's out working today, but it's worth interrupting her.
I've got a refrigerator over here, and I keep a stash of it so that the kids don't clean me out. Yeah, you never had.
Also, don't type custard queen into a search engine.
Yeah, my poor browser is shot enough without that, just from all the stuff I look up for this show.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
you don't like custard?
I wondered if Directed Electronics got Python.com back. That was You know, that was like because like Viper car alarms.
Yeah.
Oh nope, it's a cam site now. Okay.
Of course
Yeah,
it
they did.
is.
Well, there was Viper car alarms, but like down the road they wouldn't sell Viper car alarms. They had Python. It was the same exact thing, just with a different label on it. They had like Python and Viper and a couple other ones, and that way, Direct Electronics could really own a city without looking like they're a monopoly. But anyhow, yeah, I might have told this on here before, but we'd get customers like old ladies come in and with their Python remote and be like, I need a new remote, and I tried to go to the website, and we were like, no, you're fine.
No.
We got you covered. We understand. We're so sorry you had to see that.
Well, I did see that Dick's Sporting Goods finally got Dicks.com.
Nice. I didn't even realize it was up in the air, but I guess
It's been a long fight.
Long, hard fight.
Man, for a long time, they were very specific that you go to DicksSportingGoods.com. If you're looking for athletic gear, if you're looking for the other thing, then
that must have been one of the first domain names to ever get purchased, huh?
probably. I mean, it had to have been, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite one was that some site bought up before the official one was WhiteHouse.com.
Oh yeah, there should be a gov anyhow.
Does that still exist? Is that still
What is it?
Dude, it's been a while. I don't know. I haven't checked my research. I haven't gone back and did a follow up on it yet.
Yeah, my
Free
first-
election betting site. Here. Hold up. That's hilarious.
my first experience with WhiteHouse.com was when I was like a freshman in high school, and it used to be a porn site. I was doing something for social studies class and had to look something up. Yeah, I learned the hard way, which was very exciting as a freshman in high school. But then Dad checked the search history, and then I got in trouble, and was like, I sincerely did not know. It was just that's so boring. Election betting. Oh.
Did you guys ever so those type of websites? Did you ever prank your friends? Kind of like it was like a Rickroll before Rickroll became a thing. Like you would try to send them to a site like that, and then there was like, oh, there's like two dudes.
Oh, like Lemon Party?
Lemon Party. That was one. Meatspin.com.
Wait, what'd you say? What was that?
Meatspin.com.
Meat spin. Oh Jesus.
So use your imagination, but the soundtrack to that's going to be "You Spin Me Right Round, Baby, Right Round."
Oh shit. Were we talking about disappearing? What's up, Leighton?
Oh,
What you
I think
talking about, Leighton?
He's probably talking about Civil War II.
Oh yeah, what's that all about?
So did you not?
No, have we done enough banter to get into the meat of the show now?
I mean, I don't want there to be a whole lot of meat until we get to the actual meat, like talking about food. But
Meatspin.com.
yeah. Colorado Supreme Court declares Donald Trump is ineligible for the White House, and he will not be on the ballot. Of course, it's going to get appealed, and there's no way it's going to hold up.
Oh yeah, Steve was talking about this the other day, and I got my usual glazed blank stare of
Yeah, that was the day I was talking about. They took down the monument at Arlington also.
So this is like a big deal or something, or you're saying it's just not going to hold up and it probably won't matter anyhow, or what do you think?
They're saying that he's ineligible to hold the White House because of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which talks about participating in an insurrection. Except that everything about January 6th has already gone through the legal process, and he was found guilty of nothing. You can't say that he participated in an insurrection when he wasn't on site. He didn't do anything. All of the evidence points to he did not do anything, and so it's not going to hold up. But
also, that article doesn't even apply to the president.
Right.
I wonder if they're trying to do this to set precedent or something. I don't know.
I mean, everything is. I mean, that's the goal of everything, is to set some sort of a precedent. But
Presidential precedent.
yeah, the presidential president. President.
That's like one of those speech exercises for actors. You know, unique New York. Unique New York.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Is that one of them?
Yeah, Ron Burgundy. Yeah.
Oh. Oh shit! I haven't seen that in a long time. Even though it has Christina Applegate.
See, I don't see how this isn't considered an insurrection. Capitol Police are investigating a second sex video in the.
So these were filmed like at the Capitol or something? Is that
One of them was in the Senate.
Yeah, one of them was in the Senate chambers.
the big bugaboo there? And then they're all upset about, you know, what happened on the 6th. Oh, they disrespected our sacred place.
I wonder what Madison Cawthorn thinks about this. You remember he got primaried because he was like, yeah, when I first got elected, they were inviting me to like gangbangs. And he was like, yeah. Old Wheels from North Carolina.
Wheels. I thought Wheels was from Texas, or do they have Wheels too?
Well, no, Madison Cawthorn was a House representative. Like he served one term, and he was like spilling the beans, and then like somehow it was like, oh, hey, we put a bunch of money into getting him primary so he doesn't get reelected now because, you know, spilling the beans and all.
Isn't it amazing how that happens?
That's why they have like that congressional like sex abuse slush fund, don't they? It's just like, isn't there just like millions of dollars just allotted to paying off people that Congress molests?
Sounds like something Mayor Quimby would do.
Yeah. Hey, I'm no longer illiterate.
There was something. It was like the highest number of like sexual assaults and pedophilia type stuff, like per capita in the country, happens in Washington D.C. It's like, wonder why that is. So those are all the people running the country. Did I lose y'all? Did I lose
What?
you?
No, I'm here. Sorry.
Well, also like all the
I diverted
surrounding,
my attention for a half a second looking for content, and
also like all the surrounding counties are like the most wealthiest in the country too. So it kind of shows you where like rich people get into. You have that much money, you start doing like really fucked up, degenerate shit.
Them rich men north of Richmond.
dream. Yeah.
Oh God! Thank God that guy went away.
He'll be back for the Strawberry Festival.
I think he's playing the Grand Ole Opry this weekend. Honestly,
This could be why they're trying to keep Trump off the ballot, since he is the second coming of Hitler or whatever.
They come from Africa. They come
that's a girl could dream.
from South America, but not just South America. They're all over the world. They dump them on the border and they pour into our country, and nobody's there to check them. And the Border Patrol is incredible, by the way. They want to do it, but they're told not to do their job. It's crazy what's going on. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like
All right, who's helping him? Right.
They never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way. No, they're coming from all over the world, people all over the world. We have no idea.
Down or something.
They could be healthy. They could be very unhealthy. They could bring in disease that's going to catch on in our country, but they do bring in crime. But they have them coming from all over the world, and they're destroying the blood of our country. They're destroying the fabric of our country.
Blood and soil. I hear you, brother.
Blood and fabric.
That's blood and fabric is the post-industrial revolution version of that. Not a lot of soil and farming anymore. Now it's all textiles and manufacturing.
But hey, man, maybe that's why we need them to be coming in, because we do, you know, they do the farming. That's the problem. That's why they
Remember when there was all that stuff about the about Trump's like immigration policies and stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, look at all of these immigrants that he has working in his vineyards." Like, that is completely not the same thing. Like, you can actually see you can actually go look up the employment records for his vineyards, and all of
They
those
kept their papers.
Yeah, those are the ones that are coming in on like temporary work visas. They're not illegals who. It's so like the people who make that argument are so fucking stupid and clueless as to how all of that stuff actually works.
Yeah, I love all those dreamers that are coming from Africa and Haiti. You know that's totally connected. You can walk right into Mexico from there.
Hey man, desperate enough, build a raft, go in a door. That's why we have Cubans.
Yeah, but Cubans are industrious, and you know they make do. They still got cars running from like the 1950s. Have you seen some of those? They're wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they it's something. Yeah, it's something. The whole thing, the whole Cuba story is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
It used to be popping and awesome.
you probably have probably a lot of good hookups for mechanics down there.
I don't I don't see those kind of mechanics.
You know, associate with those. I got you. Wink, wink.
No. Well, also what you got to understand too is the Cuban, a lot of like the Cuban populations, like South Florida.
Right. Yeah.
I know I'm pretty far south, but South Florida is a
Right.
place, and it's a thing, and it's terrifying. And I'm actually going to work there next week for a couple days.
Well, make sure you stay strapped.
Yep. Don't drive through Hialeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure where I'll be going. I'll be making the rounds. It's cool. It's work.
If they're coming from all over, can we get some from like Albania, and then we'll just put them all on the news, and it'll make the news like so much more entertaining and better to watch.
Oh, mercy.
Albania, a country where TV anchors are always brawless to boost the audience.
Hold on, let me full screen this. There we go.
That
Enhance.
If you have an
Enhance.
option between watching the news be read by these people or Brian Stelter, it seems like a no-brainer. I mean, a no-brainer.
Dude, have you guys seen some of the footage of like the Mexican weather ladies that do the news?
Yeah,
Ooh.
They're onto something too.
let them prance around in front of a green screen. They don't even.
It makes
they don't even try
Sofia Vergara look like trash.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even try to do meteorology. It's just we're just gonna run whatever the meteorological forecast says anyway. So just put it up on the screen, let them read it, call them a weather person instead of a meteorologist, and
they could be doing astrology. For all I care, I'm not listening. I'm looking.
We got a pretty hot new weather girl on our local Fox affiliate. Hey, Leighton, we were talking about the movie The Deer Hunter the other day. I saw it for the first time, and they had a very long scene of a Russian Orthodox wedding. So I feel like I know all about that now. Not really, not at all, but it was like a 30-minute scene of a Russian Orthodox wedding. It was something. It's one of those things where I'm like, what is this? I was like, that's a weird tradition. I was like, is this Catholic? And I'm like, oh, you know what? They're Russian. I bet it's Russian Orthodox. Because all those Orthodox ones, they're like almost Catholic, but not really Catholic or something, right? Like they still like swing big things that are smoking. Like, they still have
proto-Catholic.
Yeah, they've got a lot of pageantry like the Catholics.
Orthodoxy is completely different from Catholicism. There are similarities, but also very, very, very.
Yeah, I don't. The actual the book learning part of it, I don't know. I'm just saying all I'm saying is if you put an Orthodox and a Catholic next to each other, I couldn't tell the difference, and I don't want neither of them marrying my daughter.
If you want to learn a whole bunch about Orthodoxy, I highly recommend checking out Buck Johnson's show Counterflow. He does a lot on the Orthodox Church and stuff. He since he became Orthodox, he's gotten really into all of it, and he does a really good job of getting really in depth and looking at stuff. So highly recommend if you're interested. If not, I mean, it's not for everybody.
Is that the one that got made illegal in Ukraine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Talking about news anchors and stuff, I
Democracy.
feel like we've played this before, but this is my local news station back home where I'm from, and I just always get a kick out of this clip.
Oh yes.
You didn't share the sound.
Now to the story of a pig that is inspiring others. One
That's a classic.
potbelly pig has certainly endured his share of problems. Chris P. Bacon was born without the use of his Like,
Cute, poor little fella.
yeah, you have to read this story.
This little rump. Look at it. Oh fuck.
I love how the
We
wheels are.
cannot. Oh my god.
That's why I couldn't be a news anchor, man, because I can't just keep straight face like that. Like,
I love how they had to camber out the wheels to make up for the weight to have it carry all that weight.
he gets better cornering that way though, and it looks rad.
That guy. So like the I don't know how it is where y'all are from, but the weekend crew was always like the younger ones or like the up and comers that weren't on the main morning show or the main like night show during the morning news or the nightly news during the week. And that was a weekend morning broadcast. That was the weekend morning guy. And he lost it. It was hilarious.
Never gonna make the big times.
He ended up making it on the main morning show eventually, but that was just hilarious.
Never tell you guys about back home. I used to like screw with our local weather guy because he used to go to the same gym at me at the same time at night. And he's a weather guy, so he's used to like people coming up and be like, "Oh, how's the weather, George?" So I would always get on I would lift weights and I'd always get on the treadmill right next to him and like start asking him questions about meteorology. And he was pissed for a little bit, but then he knew it was a bit, and he kind of, he took it in stride. It was kind of a fun thing we did.
I had one of my teachers in high school, my English teacher. Her husband was one of the local news guys, I think on NBC. And I met him a couple times, or I'd see him out in public and go make smart ass comments to him that he didn't seem to enjoy, Hey man, when you you're like, hey, this just in, potatoes for dinner, something. I don't know. Do you talk like a newscaster everywhere?
There you go. Leighton contributed to the show today. He sent a funny newscaster clip.
Oh, Alaska's famous weather girl incident.
Why just quit quietly when you can go on live TV and drop an F-bomb? Charlotte Green quit her job as a reporter at an Alaska TV station to become a marijuana activist. And critics are asking, what was she smoking to leave like this?
And
Oh, God.
well, not that I have a choice, but I quit.
The F-bomb left the anchor shell-shocked.
All right, we apologize for that.
So
look at her face. This poor chick.
What do I do? Somebody tell me what to say.
Like,
I
we were
was
supposed
praying
to
for
be getting
this.
the weather, and instead we got a fucking I quit. What are we doing now? Who's gonna do the weather?
Was she just like, was there some like backstory? Like, was there bad blood, or was she just like, I mean, it just seems an odd way to quit if it's on amicable terms, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Either...
But I can't overlook, like, what was she smoking? Like, oh my gosh, the local news puns, they give me douche chills.
Douche chills, the douche cringe. Over Alaska Cannabis Club. It says after reporting on the Alaska Cannabis Club on Sunday night's broadcast, Charlotte Green tells viewers that she is the business owner and says she will devote all her energy to fighting for freedom and fairness. Maybe she had to like read some story and it was like geared at like this is like evil or something, and she's like, dude, this is my business. Fuck y'all. I just want to show the video, which I get.
She fucked the mayor and created a weed business. So
she fucked the mayor?
That's the way to do it. If you're gonna go out,
I like her.
I guess. Oh well. We had a meteorologist back home. Sam Burridge was his name, and there's a county back home that is very shall we say, they have a lot of people that have white hoods hanging in their closets, and Sam was like big time celebrity for small town rural Kentucky, and he bought a nice house in the county, and they burned it down before he could move in. Holy shit! So they're still kind of serious about that in some parts of the world. It's laxed quite a bit over the last 30 years, but back when it happened in the 90s, it was kind of a big deal.
Oh, times are a changing, huh?
Something like that. all of our weathermen were like middle-aged, balding, weird dudes. We didn't have the hot weather girls back home.
We've got a white nerdy guy who's pretty good, and then I've shared Tony Sadiku on here with you guys. He's like a black guy, but he must be like half Japanese. I'm judging by the last name, but he just always looks stoned as fuck. But he's like a black guy, but he got the Asian islands, you know. So he's just like, and even his like tone, he's like, yeah, so it's gonna be hot, this weekend, and he's just real like chill, So it's a trip.
It's gonna be hot as the rising sun today.
Yeah. Oh man. If I was more of like a weeb, I might have more Japan puns or jokes, but I don't. So we talking pork chops now or what?
I'd say Jay's not allowed to have Asian jokes. His wife will literally stab him.
No, I thought that gave me a pass.
I don't know. I guess it depends on the mother-in-law. And how does she feel about it? That's how you know whether or not you're getting stabbed later.
Mm. I remember my dad sat me down one time as a young boy, and he said, son, those Asian women are hot, but you got to be careful because if you piss them off, they're going to cut your dick off. They're going to set you on fire. They're going to do something fucked up while you're sleeping. So, be aware. And then he basically went through every ethnicity and told me the pros and cons. So
never relax.
Yeah, the Italians are hot, but after a kid or two, buddy, they blow up.
Same for the Mexicans, I believe, or at least some. I guess that's kind of hit and miss.
It depends. I think it depends on how much Spanish they got in them versus a Mexican.
Yeah, because then you got like Selma Hayek. What's going on with her? Holy shit!
She was in, what did I just see her in? One of the American Horror Stories, maybe? She in one of those? Or Black Mirror or something? I don't know.
Black Mirror. It was a Black Mirror. Oh, that was a fun episode.
They're like they had like AI like taking like actors or acting out stuff. I don't know. Why is Selma Hayek such a bitch?
Black Mirror is a very interesting show. It's some of the episodes you kind of got to sit back and be like, fuck, how close are we to that? Like
it is. It's like a modern Twilight Zone, the big technological emphasis.
Remember the one where everybody's like social standing is based on how many stars they've got and like, how much credit you can get from a bank to buy a house and a car and all
social media.
Yeah, it's based on your stars and how other people rank you. It's like, cool. Man.
Hotornot.com. Does that still exist?
Probably not. That was fun for a bit in the early 2000s.
It was just spelled hotornot.com, right?
I mean, it was like a game or a like a link that you could use on Facebook there for a long time.
It's a dating thing now. Chatdate.app.
I mean, more or less, that's what all the dating sites are. Like, swipe left, swipe right.
Leighton says he's got at least 1 star, and only some will get that joke.
And it has 6 points.
Yeah, like only about 6 million or so are going to get that, though. Like, and actually, that's probably too many. Well, that gets kicked off of YouTube if you make a 6 million joke. Is that
That's why I went with a different one.
Let's
Hey,
find out.
I guess we will. YouTube doesn't have a
Just
sense
wait
of
to
humor
see.
anymore. But if it does, then that'll be our third strike, and that'll be the end of the channel, and we'll be on Rumble from now on. So, oopsie.
It'll be funny to kick us off for that, not the terrible joke I made on the last episode. So
We get
They
a
don't care about
we
them
get a
anymore.
pass. See, YouTube, we're good. We're good. He gave us permission.
yep, you said it's okay.
He's related to like some famous Jews too, so like that's a legit pass. That's not just like your average, drugstore owner, the guy that manager of the local bank. Like he's got like ties. So we're in the clear.
Hollywood. No.
Yeah.
All Three Stooges.
No, who is Rita Radner? Who is that it?
Rita
No
Rudner?
shit. Hell yeah.
I can't remember. It's somebody famous.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Really? She was the comedian on Saturday Night Live, that lady?
Yeah, her. That's Rita Radner. Yeah.
Gilda Radner. Yeah, that's
close.
right.
Close. We were close.
Yeah.
Which one was married to Gene Wilder?
They're all related.
Oh, mercy.
Okay, we ready to start talking about we didn't really talk about like what's your favorite holiday snack?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, we didn't get into holiday sweets. I,
we-
don't know.
we
I guess I
kinda-
said Christmas cakes. I don't know if I have any other specific ones. Usually the wife and mother-in-law make a bunch of cookies. I'm into about half of them.
Nadia and I made cookies the other night. She got out a pack of the sugar cookies and like, let's make cookies. It's like, okay, we can make cookies. It was not the kind. It was the kind that you like get the butter soft and you like knead it all up real good and then you press it out. It doesn't take like milk or anything like that. And she was really confused as to why there was no liquid going in it and how we were supposed to stir it. And it was a whole process. Luckily, I had last week watched It's Too Late with Alan Mosley, where Derek T gave an instructional on how to do the sugar cookies like that. And so I showed her how you get the parchment paper out and you take that big clump of hunky shit and you throw it down on the parchment paper and then fold it over and smash it out to the thickness you want your cookie to be. And then you use like a cup or something to cut them out, kind of like made from scratch biscuits. You would do made from scratch biscuits. And then you get a nice perfect cookie, get it the right, and it doesn't stick and stuff. It's highly recommend.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'll find something. Keep talking.
I saw the one before where Alan and Dave did the Little Debbie eating challenge.
How many they could eat?
They ranked 14 different Little Debbie snacks. So they would eat one and then put it on like a tier list and then eat another one and put it on the tier list. And then at the end of it, they went through and re-ranked and like got their tiers of what's the best Little Debbie snack and the worst Little Debbie snack. And I can't remember what the best was, but I'm pretty sure the worst was the fudge round is what they decided on.
Fudge rounds are good. They're at the top of my list.
I think we had Nutty Buddies pretty high, and I can't remember what else.
Star Crunch is the shit.
So there's this thing that exists, and I can never find them anywhere. And it's cool though because I've sort of made it my because I try not to get foodstuffs like that when I can avoid it. So I'm like, okay, when I can find this thing, I get a box. But it's like once every several years, and it's never in the same sections. Anyhow, Chocodiles. You guys like Chocodiles? You're familiar with Chocodiles?
I have
Never had one.
I haven't had one of those in probably 30 years.
Just a Twinkie, but it's covered in chocolate, like a chocolate coated Twinkie, and it's really good. But yeah, I never find them anywhere. But every now and then, I see a box somewhere and I get it. And that's my. Oh man, you guys want to really nerd out here? So I was looking for
I make chess pie. I love chess pie. That's my
Dedicated.
Chest
to
pie.
looking at.
So this is
Math.
yeah. So why when you make something as a cookie cutter, like you put out like a cookie cutter and the cookie doesn't come out to be the shape? Now you have a formula for how distorted it's going to be. So I don't know. Oh my God, this is an hour.
Wow.
What is this? I was looking for cookie cutter. Oh my God, what is that? All
We're
right,
getting
it
into
lost me.
space now.
It's fake.
It's
It's
like
fake.
a flashback to Monday.
Yeah, doesn't exist.
How many moons does Mercury have again? I forget.
None.
Ah,
Neither does Venus. They move because of climate change.
What about Uranus?
I don't know.
Just the one. Just the
yeah,
one.
we didn't get outside the comet belt.
Yeah, we. Ganymede is the only moon I give a shit about. So I probably don't know how to pronounce it. That's probably not how you pronounce it. I read a Heinlein book called Farmer in the Sky. It was about a colony on Ganymede, which is one of Jupiter's moons? Saturn's moons? One of those. And young boy who went there to homestead and farm.
Yeah, the only one I remember is Titan, and that's only because I played Destiny.
Io. Io is a moon of either Saturn or Jupiter. I can't remember which one.
They have a lot of moons. They're moon rich, dog.
I used to know both of the ones from Mars, and now I'm drawing a blank. I used to be all into that shit. And when Sean was younger, we would get the telescope out and look at different stuff in the sky and find stuff. I had like a star chart on my phone where you could like hold your phone up and it would tell you like you had to turn on the GPS and everything so that it knew where you were. But you could hold your phone up and it would tell you what everything was in the sky. And so if you were looking for a particular thing, it would show you where it was in the sky, and then you could get your telescope out and like check. We used to do a bunch of that kind of stuff. I kind of wish we still did. It was very cool back.
Nice. Look at the savings on NordVPN.
I know, it's crazy. I'm sorry, I don't know why this isn't loading anything. There we go. Okay. Well, I guess we're not doing the 20 greatest moons in the solar system. We'll do 10 things about our solar system's most marvelous moons. Good alliteration. Oh, there's Titan. Somebody called that. Said it's hazy. Oh, Ganymede. Look at that. See, I know a good moon when I see it. Bigger than Mercury and Pluto. Triton, that's not Titan, right? Yeah.
Right. Titan is where
Neptune.
Yeah.
Titan is Saturn, it said, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool looking. Cold Faithful. It's Saturn. Ooh, it says it's an active moon.
Active. What does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe because it has like ice and shit. Maybe that means there's life on it. They just don't tell us. You know, when people try to say like, oh, aliens don't exist because like, this, that, they can't travel for like the galaxies or the solar systems or whatever. And I'm like, but dude, like, wouldn't it be great if it's like, okay, like maybe they used to live on some other planet, Mars, we came and had, like they moved somewhere, like maybe the aliens are still in the solar system, so interstellar travel isn't even an issue, Maybe
Right.
They looked
at Earth and they were like, nah, fuck that place. We'll go somewhere else.
Io, is that what somebody said?
Yes, Io.
That's in Destiny.
Tremendous gravitational forces.
All of our knowledge about the solar system is based entirely on a video game.
Yeah.
Oh, active moon. I know there's something I was going to look up. What is an active?
You said aliens, and Leighton's here.
We all know they're actually hiding in Hollow Earth.
Volcanoes.
They're not in Alaska, unless you can access Hollow Earth from Alaska. I don't think y'all are close enough to the pole.
Hey, you better watch out. We'll send Jesse the Body Ventura up there again to Alaska. I was the governor of Minnesota. You have to let me into this federal facility. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
Oh man, I think I might have heard about that.
He had like a conspiracy theory show, and he went up to some facility in, I think it was Alaska, and he was like telling them that spiel, and they're like, "Yeah, this is Alaska, and get out of here, guy."
Speaking of Oliver Anthony, you know what bothered me about that song is that he said bags of fudge rounds, and I'm like, they come in a box, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you put the boxes in a bag. You get multiple. You never see anybody buying one box. It's always like 3.
Oh, because it's the sack of whatever.
Yeah.
All right. See, you're going to fed up my computer, Leighton. Oh. This is your pilot speaking. We are.
Let's see.
Here we go. Japan Airlines cargo flight 1628 incident. It's a Japanese Boeing 747 cargo aircraft flying from Paris to Narita International Airport, involved in an unidentified.
It's probably Naruto. It's Japanese.
Naruto. UFO sighting, November 17th, 1986. The captain of the flight reported seeing 3 objects he describes as 2 small ships and the mothership. The FAA, different organization, in Anchorage only saw flight 1628 on the radar. 2 other nearby planes only saw flight 1628 and no other objects. Characterized Taruchi as a UFO repeater. I guess they're saying he just probably mistook the planets Jupiter and Mars as UFOs. According to, the government man.
There's
And
a
this
lot
is
of those
just Wikipedia,
UFO
so
stories that are interesting. I stopped paying attention because I think there are some things that are better left not known. I noticed like for a while back during the summer, I would see things in the sky moving in a way that normal like airplanes and like flying vehicles like helicopters and stuff don't normally move. And then I just stopped looking up when I was like, I reverted to that movie Don't Look Up. I was just like, okay, I've seen like 4 of these things in 3 days and I don't want to look at it anymore because I don't want to know.
Well, also the media, they were running all those stories. It's like, oh, UFOs are real. And like me just being a natural contrarian, not trusting anything. I'm like, all right, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's saying it's like, oh, like everyone's all into aliens, and then we're like, hey, there's UFOs. Everyone's like, yeah, we don't care. But it's like, yeah, because it's coming from the government. Like, yeah, so we already didn't trust you when it came to aliens, so we didn't trust you now. It's like, okay, you're covering up for something. Or, I mean, half the time that there were like a lot of like the alien sighting shit the government put out there as fucking like counterintelligence to keep people thinking it's aliens and not whatever fucking shit they're building. There's some story, dude. It's crazy. There's this episode of Y-Files on it. Wayne turned me onto it. But it was like this dude, like he like, I don't know, there's some like Air Force Base and like, I don't know, the Project Bluebeam dudes who were like the the UFO guys. But like for the CIA or government or FBI, whatever the fuck it was. Anyhow, like this dude's like on like his radio at home is like getting like these messages and he thinks they're like, like enemies, like our enemies, like Russia or something. So he like tells like the military people next door, hey guys, I'm receiving these transmissions. And they go, oh man, dude, we'll keep picking them up for us and relay them back to us and this and that. So they start sending them like fake messages and make it sound like they're fucking talking to aliens. Like the government at the Air Force Base is talking to aliens. And this guy's like bringing this information back to him and they're really feeding it to him. They like he like flew a plane as like a surveyor or something. And they like set up a fake like crash site, like alien crash site where it looked like there was like an air battle and put like fake like busted up spaceships and airplanes and shit. Yeah, man, like so then they kept like fucking with him and shit. And I don't know, I think he eventually killed himself or something insane.
Gaslight him into thinking that he was nuts and get him to kill himself.
Yeah, like they completely like ruined this guy's life.
Something the government would ever do.
Yeah. But it sucks because it's so, and like Leighton says here, like I don't disagree with him. It's like, you never know what is it that's real versus like what's the op, right? And I'm not 4D chess enough to put it together. You know, I'm like, well, they could be saying this because of that, or they could be saying this because of that, or you know, this could be fake, but that could be real, or vice versa. And it's just, dude, they're good at cloak and dagger, buddy. They've got it down, man. It is crazy.
All right, fellas, I got to bounce and get to work. My favorite Christmas dessert is deviled eggs. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Jay likes making everybody else at Christmas miserable.
Well, again, he's got an ethnic family, and they don't do desserts well. I mean, ethnic people don't have good desserts. They're very disappointing. Right?
I mean,
name me a good ethnic dessert. Leighton's going to know. Leighton will have some good ethnic desserts. Come on, buddy.
Flan? What's flan?
Flan?
Oh.
That's Latin, I think.
Churros.
Yeah.
Is that what
Churros are, you know, the donut things. Like it's like pressed. It looks like it got pressed out of one of those Play-Doh things into a star shape, big long star shape, cinnamon sugar. Not bad. Flan isn't bad either. Mexicans probably do have the best desserts.
I'd say I feel like we're just coming up with Mexican stuff. Like, I can't think of, because like even if you go to like a Chinese buffet or something, then they just have all like American treats. They don't really have. Oh man, the company that a grain company that I used to work for, it was owned by a big Japanese conglomerate, and like folks would go over to visit the main headquarters, and people from the main headquarters would come do like a US tour every year and stuff. And they would bring these like candies that they make from the soybeans that get sent over there. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Those were the most disgusting, horrible, like soggy. It's supposed to be like a gummy, but it's like a soggy gummy. And oh God, like it was always like a challenge. They'd come, and after they'd leave, you'd have a box of them like sitting on the counter in the office, and it was like, who can eat this one? It's like, because you knew which ones were the not terrible flavors and which ones were just the like you're probably gonna vomit flavors. And so it was like a challenge to see who can gag down one of the really bad ones. And I tried it. I got it down, but holy fuck, I'll never eat any of that shit again. Like, mistakes were made.
Man, you're making like dates sound good, you know, like dessert. Like it seems like it's some sort of ethnic dessert. Oh, we have dates. Like, oh, it's not like a nut. Gross nut. But, hey, I've had bacon wrapped dates, and that was pretty good.
But I mean, bacon wrapped anything is
that's more hors d'oeuvre than dessert, though.
Right, you're getting the bacon, and it doesn't matter what's in it. And put enough brown sugar and bacon on anything is going to taste good.
Baklava is good. Baklava is very good.
Yeah.
Huh?
Maybe there are decent ethnic, just not Asian. They don't make it. I guess
or Indian, probably.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Or Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Well, they have some yogurt dishes. They might be able to pull something out of our ass. Well, not literally. Some sort of
out of a goat's ass.
Yeah, no. But you could probably whip something up with some yogurt.
I just can't view yogurt as dessert, though. That's
maybe in the desert.
Granted, I'm primarily carnivore with a sprinkling of potatoes and some cheese here and there. Like I don't really do a whole lot of dairy or other stuff. So maybe that's just my natural inclination away from a lot of dairy. I'm just not a big fan.
It's that 64th Cherokee in your blood. You can't handle it. Them ribs is so wide, it takes 64 of them to make one Cherokee.
But somehow I can drink like a fish, and it doesn't bother me. The fire, I got my alcohol tolerance from my Scottish ancestry.
Fuck. All right.
We will not be back on Monday because Christmas, and I'm just not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all want to do a show on Christmas, more power to you. I will not be here.
I'm probably going somewhere for family stuff. I don't know. Probably not just going to get to relax like I'd like. It's okay. It's okay. Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. A bunch of fucking retards.
Yeah.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.